I have just been reading and I am almost halfway through Such Sharp Teeth, and I have so many thoughts to share with you. First of all, that introduction of just being bit by the werewolf was so dramatic, and it kind of reminded me something like Twilight, but in a fun, nostalgic way. It was just so funny to me and so unserious, and I think that's what this book is balancing so well, is it feels like it could just be like a normal romance or a normal lit fic, but it just has this kind of bizarre element and fun of this fantasy werewolf element. And it's really funny. I just can't stop laughing at it, to be honest, which I don't think is probably the reaction that the author might have been going for, but that's what I'm enjoying this book so much about, because I just find it funny and I find it interesting and just different. I think the other interesting element about this book is there are a bit of different mysteries in here, and we also have the whole I see. We also have her mother and the aspect of that, and her toxic relationship with her mum. And I don't really know what happened there, but I assume it's some form of trauma because of the way that she's dealing with it, and then the mystery element of what her sister's done. I don't know if that's a supernatural thing, whether that's a guilt thing, and the fact that she's pregnant, and that what is her Matty left. The main character is just harboring such resentment for Matty. It kind of just makes you think, was it actually Matty's fault, or was it someone else that was involved, or something of the sort? And then you obviously have Ian as well, and yeah, it's just feeling like a bit of a small town story, because you've got Ian and the childhood friends to lovers, and then you've got the mum and the trauma there, and then the mystery of the sister, and then the fun element of the werewolf, and then her friend Mia as well. I think we've just been introduced to Mia, so yeah, it's quite interesting, fun, a bit different, I think, and yeah, I think I'm just enjoying the writing style so far, to be honest. I'm just enjoying the different characters in there. And then, who was our other friends? Because the sisters are twins, so there's obviously the twin sisters, and then there's an Ashley, I want to say. Ash. I think that's that other friend's name. And her crazy son. Which is quite funny. And then obviously Seth is the doctor. So it's all kind of woven in, because obviously it's like a small town, like I just said, so it's all kind of interesting to just be stuck with the same characters and then be so different, but I'm going to continue reading and update my thoughts as I progress. Mia and Ian thing is really annoying. I just really don't trust Mia. I don't know why, but something in my gut is just telling me that there is something going on. And why not just ask Ian? Just ask him. Like, I get it, you're not good at communication, but you basically just cheated on him, so it's just easier to ask, surely. Actually really makes me laugh that she's so good friends with Matty's family, because she seemed to absolutely hate him and despise his family, so I'm a bit confused as to how quickly that's resolved, but sure. Goodness, that was such a crazy wild ride. I don't know what to rate it, what category to put it in. That ending was insane. I feel as though it was all leading up to this whole Scarlett having cheated, the trauma that Rory had faced, and kind of telling us as readers, but some way telling her mum, and also the whole turning into a wolf in front of Ian, the climax of Maya actually being the one to have turned her, and oh my goodness, the fight at the end, the wolf scene fight at the end. I feel as though it was a really solid read, and I think I'm going to rate it my good tier, because I just couldn't help but feel as though there were all of these different kind of plots and plot devices woven into the book, and they were all leading to this end sort of resolution, and I loved how kind of just all hit the climax. So it felt like a small town light-hearted read, somewhat, and funny in some respect, until this ending bit where it just kind of all just took off completely, and I thought that was so fun to read about and just so interesting. Loved the different characters in here. Obviously you couldn't help but feeling a bit of cringe and a bit of laughter throughout, but I think that's what made this read so much more charming. There were so many elements in here in which I just thought was done superbly, and yeah, like I said, I just thought all of the characters were so uniquely placed and so well placed as well, and I loved quite a lot of it. I really did, and I just ended up devouring it right here. Like the second half, I was just obsessed with it. I just sat here and devoured it, as you just saw. Yeah, the first half did take me a little bit of getting into, but I feel as though that was just getting to know Rory and getting to know the small town and the sister dynamic. And yeah, I don't know if I remember saying about Scarlett cheating on Matty, and then also Scarlett when she was like accepting of Rory being a werewolf. I feel like the first two reactions that were obviously quite visceral and really realistic, but then when she just kind of accepted it, it was a bit odd. But other than that, yeah, I think you have to just suspend your disbelief a little bit, right? So I think it was really fun, and I'm very glad it was picked for the Bunnies Book Club pick for September. So I hope you enjoyed it. As always, would love to know your thoughts down below. Very excited to see what October's pick is, and I hope that you had fun on this adventure. Thank you ever so much for watching, friends, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Bye!